Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to the children's message for this Easter Sunday. Before we get into Easter, we're going to take a step back, though, and we're going to talk a little bit about Good Friday, when Jesus died on the cross. So, when Jesus died on the cross, he took all of our sins. So, I got this blank piece of paper, and I got all these blank pieces of papers in here, and you can think to yourself of what kind of sin would you put on this? You know, have you stolen something, or have you cheated, or have you lied, or have you disrespected your parents, or not been nice to a brother and sister, or have you hurt somebody? I mean, we've got all kinds of different sins that I don't even know if I had a pen, if it would be able to write them all down. But Jesus took all of those sins on himself, this one and all these ones included, and he made them disappear. Check back on those in a little bit. But Jesus took away our sins, and he remembers them no more. Because of his death on the cross, God doesn't remember those times that you cheated, those times that you've lied, those times that you've stolen stuff. Those are all gone. It is like they never happened. And that's good news for Good Friday. But what about Easter? So I do a lot of stuff on my computer, and every now and then, depending on what I'm doing, when I delete something, it asks me, are you sure? And then you have to click yes or no. So with Jesus' resurrection, it was like the world was asking him, are you sure that you are the one that can take away sins? And Jesus checked the box for yes. And those sins were taken away. Now, when it asks you, are you sure? It's kind of asking you if you have the authority or the power to take those things away. When I'm on my computer, it's asking me, do you have power to make choices for this computer? And when I say yes, then that shows that I have the authority. When Jesus rose from the dead, he showed that he had authority not over just the idea of forgiving sins, but also over life and death itself. Now, this is the first Easter that I will celebrate without my dad. And I watched the movie Onward a couple of days ago. And in that movie, not to give too much away, some people use magic to try to reunite with their dad. And, you know, it got to me as I was watching that I don't need magic to reconnect with my dad. I have the promises of Jesus shown to me to be true by his resurrection from the dead, that I will see my dad again. If you've lost somebody in your life, you have also been given that promise that you will see that person again because of Jesus overcoming death with his resurrection. So right now the church parking lot isn't completely empty. There's a couple cars here, but it's a lot emptier than it would be for an Easter service. Now, sometimes empty is a sad thing, like when I'm drinking a Mountain Dew and there's no more Mountain Dew and the bottle is empty. That is sad. But with our sins being gone and our not owing anything to Jesus anymore and to God because of his grace and mercy to us, that empty is a good thing. But that emptiness is filled with the promises that he is with us, that he rose from the dead for us, and that in the last days we will be connected to those that we love and to each other again. So even though we're not together right now, we'll be back together. But also, even after, I'm no longer living and other people are no longer living, me and you will be connected again in heaven because of what Jesus won for us on that cross. Jesus doesn't give us what we deserve because we would actually deserve to be in that fire with our sins. But he takes those from us and gives us his grace, his undeserved love, and his mercy, withholding the things we deserve. And he takes that on himself, and then he shows us that he is able to do that with his resurrection. Can you repeat after me? Prayer. Dear Jesus.
Dear Jesus,
Thank you.
thank you
For taking my sins.
for taking my sins
And rising again.
and rising again
To show.
to show
That you.
that you
Have the power.
have the power.
Amen.
Amen.